human-environment interaction, the tropical and subtropical regions. Nature is varied, and so is the plant and animal life of each region. This has an impact upon the human life too. So, man's needs differ from area to area. The climate, the vegetation, the wildlife, all are different in different parts of the world. The life of the people of each region is also different and is largely linked to the natural environment of any area. Though the basic needs of all are the same, yet how those needs are met may be different. Life of the people in the deserts is quite different from that of people living in the tropical and subtropical areas. Let's explore different regions around the world and know more about them. The tropical and subtropical regions extend between 30° north and 30° south of the equator. The climate within this belt is generally warm with abundant rainfall.
To know more about these regions, we shall look into the details of two regions. The Amazon Basin, which lies between 5° north and 17° south latitudes in the tropical region, and the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin, which lies in the subtropical zone between 20° north and 30° north latitudes.
The Amazon Basin. The river Amazon is the second longest river in the world and largest in terms of volume of water carried by it. It originates from the Andes Mountains in Peru and flows eastwards into the Atlantic Ocean. Its vast river basin covers the parts of Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela. It has more than 1,000 tributaries and has the largest basin in the world. Climate and vegetation. The Amazon basin lies in the equatorial region where the climate remains hot and wet all round the year. The average temperature is around 30° Celsius and the annual rainfall is more than 200 centimeters. It rains here almost daily and the humidity is very high, though the nights are comparatively cooler. There is very little difference between the length of the day and night. The warm, wet climate results in thick evergreen forests called tropical rain forests. These are called selvas. The trees here are tall with thick foliage which prevents sunlight from reaching the ground. The interior of these forests is therefore dark and damp, which promotes the thick growth of climbers and ferns along with tall trees. The main trees are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona, which are hardwood trees. Balsa, the lightest wood, is also found in these forests. The forests yield a variety of products ranging from rubber, nuts, gum, raisins to quinine, which is a drug used to cure malaria. Wildlife. The evergreen forests of the Amazon basin are like a gigantic zoo, very rich in wildlife, which includes mammals like monkeys, jaguars, pumas, tapirs, sloths, anteaters, etc. A variety of birds and insects are also found here. The basin is home to several species of reptiles and snakes like pythons, anacondas, and crocodiles as well. Several species of freshwater fish are also found in the rivers. People. The Amazon basin is home to several tribes who lead a primitive life, collecting food by hunting and fishing. They live in small huts made of branches and leaves. Generally, these are built on platforms in order to avoid floodwaters. They grow crops like tapioca, sweet potato, pineapple, bananas, etc. Patches of land are cleared in order to grow these crops. This is known as slash and burn agriculture. Certain cash crops like rubber, coffee, cocoa, and nuts are also grown commercially. This region is rich in minerals like gold, iron ore, copper, manganese, and bauxite. So, mining is carried on. Life in the Amazon basin is gradually changing. The construction of the Trans-Amazonian Highway has made all parts of the basin accessible. But the developmental activities are causing destruction of the biologically diverse forests. Forest areas are disappearing very rapidly due to large-scale constructional activities. The Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin. The Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin is one of the largest river basins in the world. Lying south of the Himalayas, it extends approximately 2,500 kilometers from river Satluj in the west to river Brahmaputra in the east. The area is drained by the river Ganga, river Brahmaputra, and their tributaries. Together, they have created one of the most fertile plains in the world. The main tributaries of the river Ganga are Yamuna, Ghagra, Gomti, Gandak, Kosi, Betwa, Son, Damodar, etc. The river Brahmaputra flows through 3 different countries and is known by different names.
In Tibet, it is called Siangpo. In Arunachal Pradesh, it is called Siang or Dihang, and in Bangladesh, it is called Jamuna.
Both the rivers Ganga and Brahmaputra originate from glaciers, and after running through the plains of the subcontinent in their distinct course, they join in their lower course before falling into the Bay of Bengal. Together, these form the world's largest and fastest growing delta called the Sundarbans. Climate and vegetation. The Ganga-Brahmaputra basin lies in the subtropical region and enjoys a monsoon type of climate. Here, The summers are hot and wet, and the winters are cool and dry. The southwest monsoon winds blowing between June and September bring heavy rainfall. As these rivers flow through the regions of heavy rainfall, they carry a huge amount of silt, which helps in enriching the floodplains of North India. The topography in this basin is varied. While certain areas are mountainous, the majority of the area is plains. The mountains are steep and inhospitable, but the plains are fertile and support dense population. The vegetation cover varies according to landforms. The lower mountains are covered with thick tropical deciduous forests where trees like teak, sal, and bamboo are found. These have great commercial value. The delta region has mangrove forests where sundari trees are mainly found. The sundari trees grow in abundance in this region. As the soil in the plains is very fertile, the forest cover has been removed to give way to agriculture. Wildlife. The Ganga plain is devoid of much wildlife as the area has dense population. But in the Brahmaputra plains, elephants, tigers, deer, monkeys, and even the one-horned rhinoceros are found. The delta area is home to the Royal Bengal tiger, crocodiles, and alligators. The area is also rich in aquatic life. People. The mountain area, being inhospitable, is sparsely populated, but the plains support a very dense population. Agriculture is the main occupation here. Food crops like rice, wheat, maize, sorghum, and nuts are cultivated over large areas. Cash crops like sugarcane, cotton, jute, and tea are grown in different areas depending upon the climatic conditions. Fruits like bananas, vegetables, pulses, and oil seeds are also grown. Though the size of the farms is small, the primitive methods of agriculture have been replaced by modern farming techniques. Several agro-based industries have developed in the Ganga plain. The Brahmaputra plain is rich in mineral deposits like petroleum. Several small-scale and cottage industries have also come up in this region. The entire region has a good network of roads and railways. In certain portions, the river is navigable and has inland waterways too. Today, it is the most densely populated part of the country, dotted with several important cities like the capital, New Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur, Varanasi, Patna, and Kolkata, to name a few. Several industrial towns have also emerged in this basin. Dense population and industrial growth has led to the pollution of the rivers. The government is making efforts to save these rivers. The Ganga Action Plan is a project undertaken by the government to cleanse the river Ganga.